Welcome to the new comic book show that goes last. You know I go after everybody else, right? I think it's kind of funny, but I'm okay with it. Welcome everybody to the Wednesday night comic book presser. Surely there will be spoilers ahead, so make sure you are prepared for that. If you aren't prepared for that, well, I'm sorry, because Flipside channel is where this show is being broadcast. And we are going to request that you do, of course, like, share the video, leave us a comment, and subscribe. Because you know why? Because the Wednesday Night Presser is a weekly show where we cover the new releases and some speculation. And I want to give a shout out to Wanda Comics for our giveaway this evening. And I want to give a thank you to everybody who participated in the giveaway. I've got your names all down on the wheel of names this evening. You guys ready to rock this? Soundtrack, of course, provided by White Bat Audio. This is the Wednesday Comic Book Presser. Woo! How about that open? Did I do good? How you guys doing? I'm all spiffied for you. For you. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. What up, Dollar Bin? What's good, everybody? How's it going, Dwayne Scott? All right, everybody. I know you didn't come here to see my face. You came here to see the goods, so let me provide you with the goods. And, yeah, you know, it's kind of funny. I don't have to go first. Like, everybody else can start talking about new books being released next week, tomorrow, and it's still not going to faze me any. Because you guys know, I don't need that. But I'm here to tell you that I forgot to do an honorable mention of the week, at least. But you know what? The book of the week, let's just say it's the High Republic, just because it is the High Republic. Oh, and if I did that to you from watching Drunken Chat, I'm very sorry. But man, if you do find that right side variant, you know, let me know. Hit me up. But anyway, book of the week, High Republic, because I was going to put the Star Wars Adventures as the honorable mention just because it did so well, but I couldn't decide on it. It was a toss-up between that and another book. So I just went ahead and just did a book of the week without doing an honorable mention this week. But don't worry, next week I will make it up to you. But let's get it cracking, everybody. All right, so on the list of new releases today, we're starting this off with a Wave Blue World Avery Premier Edition #1. And I don't know what's up with all those thumbs downs, but I guess not liked. Which, you know, it happens. It happens. Next up, we've got a release from Aardvark. And of course, you guys know what that means. It's the Cerebus book. Cerebus in Hell 2021 Preview One Shot. All right, next up, we got a Blaze. Sumerian Frost Giant's Daughter, #3 of 3, I believe, because it said it ended when I read it today. But this one, there's your cover A, there's your cover B, there's your cover C, and then your cover D, which is so important to me, being, you know, a homage chaser. So Wolverine Lazarus Project homage if you get it. And then here's your 10 copy incentive, your 20 copy Penosian pencil, and then your 30 copy negative variant. Action Lab, and of course the Danger Zone Action Lab's imprint is going to be the Zombie Tramp. So here we got your Zombie Tramp 77, your cover A, your cover B Risque, your cover C, your cover D Risque, and your cover E, and your cover F Risque. But Action Lab's not done. Miranda and Maelstrom, #3. Sasquatch in Love, #3 of 4. So Aftershock up next. Maniac of New York. And I saw this one doing really, really well. I had somebody pick up 3 copies of the variant at a store today. Bought them all off the shelf. Ahoy Comics. We've got The Wrong Earth, Night and Day, number 2. And this is apparently a story about the same guy from different universes being trapped on another Earth. Basically dealing with himself. Emerald Entertainment and Basement Studios provide you with Caveman Metal Age number 1. There's your cover A, your cover B, your cover E. I know, I'm wondering about this too. Your cover F, and your cover G. I'm wondering if some of these might be released in a different way. So, Archie's up next. And Archie's 80th anniversary, Jumbo Digest, of course, number 1. Artist, Writers, and Artisans. Man's World, number 2, cover A by Raza. And then your Redemption, number 1, cover A by Diodato Jr. Your Redemption, number 1, cover B by Frank Cho. So the unsung Frank Cho variant of the week. Behemoth Comics. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, number 1, second printing. Hotline Miami Wildlife, number 5 of 8. Let's see what we got from Black Box Comics. Devil's Dominion, number 1. Here's your cover A. I don't know why it said cover A when there was no cover B, but there wasn't a cover B as far as my intel got, and I may be wrong. So if you guys see that I'm missing the cover, or I'm not showing your subscribers, go ahead and leave me a comment below. She No Cage, number 1. Broadsword Comics. Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, number 125, cosplay photo. I don't know what to think of this one. Anyway, Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, number 125, the deluxe litho edition. Coffin Comics. Lady Death, number 2, the naughty cover. Lady Death, Blasphemy Anthem, number 2 of 2, the premium foil cover. The sultry cover. And the standard cover. Is that a symbiote on her? I don't know. Don't tell anybody the symbiote chasers that there's a symbiote on Lady Death. Dark Horse up next, and of course we're still in the Avatar, The Next Shadow, number 2 of 4. Fear Case, number 1 of 4. Here's your cover B. And here's your cover C by Francavilla. Overwatch, Tracer London Calling. And there is your cover B by Thorogood. Devil's Due Press. Encoded number 1. Dynamite. I'm sorry. Dynamite. Dynamite. Bloody Valentine one shot. Here's your cover A. Your cover B. Your cover C. Your cover D. Your black and white Linzer Virgin variant. Sonya Versal, number 1. Here's your cover B. Cover C. Your cover D. Your cover E cosplay. Blank. 10 copy incentive. 10 copy Moss incentive. 10 copy Walsh incentive. 11 copy Grayscale FOC incentive. 15 copy black and white. 15 copy Grayscale Virgin. 20 copy Lee black and white. 20 copy Linzer black and white incentive. 25 copy Henderson Virgin incentive. 25 copy Moss Virgin incentive. 25 copy Walsh Virgin incentive. 30 copy Henderson black and white incentive. 35 copy Cosplay Virgin incentive. 40 copy Linzer black and white Virgin incentive. 50 copy Lee black and white Virgin incentive. Cosplay copy 7 copy Cosplay black and white FOC incentive. Vampirilla Valentine Special one shot. Cover A, Linzer. Here's your cover B. Cover C Cosplay. And your FOC bonus variant. Cover A Perillo. Your B. Oliver. Your Segoya. Cosplay. Virgin incentive, 10 copy, 11 copy FOC incentive, 15 copy Virgin incentive. Oh my God, these all right. So you guys see how tiring it is for me to do Dynamite. And look, I'm not knocking you if you're a Dynamite collector. I don't knock anybody for collecting what they like, but this has got to be the most gruesome copy and paste, hurting my wrist every week. But some of these do look really cool, and Perillo definitely got some good art on this one. Oliver's killing it too. I mean, all these are good, but let's move on for Dynamite. Fantagraphics comic books. Psychodrama Illustrated number 4. Kenzer and Company. Ninjas and Robots number 3. Cover A. And there was no cover B, so I don't know why. Mad Cave. They Fell from the Sky number 1. Oni Press. Rick and Morty Worlds Apart number 1, cover A. And your cover B. How Rick and Morty doing, by the way? Still hardcore fans. Scout Comics. Midnight Sky number 7, cover A. There's your cover B. Shepherd number 1, cover A. And copy Unlocked David Mack variant. Vault Comics. Enigma Ward number 7. Cover B. That was a Hickman cover too. Resident number 7. Vagrant Queen planet called Doom. Zenoscope. Grim Fairy Tales number 44. Cover A, Mastrazo. Cover B, Vitorino. Cover C, MacDonald. Cover D, Garvey. All right, everybody. You know what time it is? Does everybody know what time it is? I think I know what time it is. I think it's time to do a giveaway. So, Wanda Comics was gracious enough to provide us with a couple of these guys right here. So, those are the ones sitting behind me right there. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong buttons here. Those things sitting right there, those are the ones you're going to win. So, we do actually have a Wheel of Names set up, and I am going to head over to the Wheel of Names. So, let's check it. Wheel of Names, there you are. So, I do want to thank everybody for following the instructions and commenting on the post properly. So, here's everybody in there. You guys ready? There we go. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty there trying to get the Wheel of Names up, but let's try this again. Wheel of Names. There we go. So here we got the Wheel of Names, everybody. Okay. So, let's get this done. So, I want to thank you guys for participating in the giveaway. And this giveaway, again, is provided by Wanted Comics. This is for Star Wars High Republic number 1, the Wanted Comics Virgin and trade dress set. And let's full screen it, guys. Let's give this one away. So, let's go. Let's see who wins the name. So, where is this thing? Spinning it. Here we go. Vatsivi. You are a winner chicken dinner. Make sure you shoot me a message via IG or Facebook, and that is U1TRA Maximus, or you can shoot me a message at Twitter via X Ultra Maximus X. You have 1 week to claim your prize, and to everybody, if he doesn't claim the prize, we're going to give it away again. So make sure you reach out to me, whoever you are. All right. That was fun. All right, so let's get this cracking, everybody. Let's get back into the presser here. Thank you, Wanda Comics, for the giveaway. Very, very awesome giveaway. Boom Studios. Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 22. And there's a Becca Carey Fire Variant Edition. I like this. I think this looks cool. And then there's a Naomi Franquise Variant Edition. Hope I didn't mess that one up. And then here's a 25 copy incentive by Lopez. Last Witch number 1, second printing. Luna number 1. The Jenny Frisian variant. And then the Virgin, the 25 copy incentive Virgin variant from Jenny Frisian. Now these colors, I haven't put it under a black light myself, but I wonder. Spectre and Spectres number 1. Here's your 10 copy incentive by McCurdy. Your 25 copy incentive by Andolfo. And your pocketbook variant. DC Comics. The Dreaming Waking Hours, number 7. Far Sector, number 10, cover A. Putrid knocking it out on that cover B. Look at that. That's amazing. Good looking green, good looking GL cover. Future State, Dark Detective, number 1 of 4, second printing. Number 1 of Harley Quinn, second printing. Number 2 of Future State Harley Quinn out today. Cover A, Derek Chew. That was a ramped up Black Mask. And then look at this one. Here's your Gary Frank cardstock variant. Future State Superman of Metropolis, number 2 of 2. Future State Superman of Metropolis, number 2 of 2, cover B. Future State Swamp Thing, number 1, second print. Future State Swamp Thing number 2 of 2. Cover A, Mike Perkins. And your cover B, Dima Ivanov. Flash Future State number 2. Cover A, Brandon Peterson. And then your cover B by Kari Andrews. Future State, the next Batman, number 1 of 4. Second print. And number 2 of 4. Second print. And then there's number 3 of 4. And number 3 of 4's Art Germ variant. The colors on it just look good, don't they? Future State Wonder Woman number 1 of 2, second printing. And then your 2 of 2, your cover A by Joelle Jones. And, Jenny Frisian. Knocking it out. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey number 4. Here's your regular cover by Amanda Connor. And then there is your Terry Dodson variant cover. Hellblazer, Rise and Fall, number 3. Cover A and cover B. Man-Bat, number 1. And then gets a cover B variant as well. Whew, we made it through the DC stuff. Now let me take a look at the chat here real quick. Because I know some of you guys are talking... So, the 125 Adolfo is selling for ratio. Not many listings for Spectre and Spectres. You know, that's a funny thing you should say that, because I think I left that one on the shelf today. We're going to talk about some Marvel stuff. This is a good question. Do you know if there's ever been a qualifier that no one qualified for? No, actually, I don't think that is the case, because if there was a qualifier, a new account could have been opened and instantly qualified for it. So, interesting stuff right there, but that's a good spec play right there, Dollar Bin. Let's see here. Some of the numbers you hear to qualify are ridiculous. Maybe a qualifier that only went to like 10 stores. So it's a little bit different than that. And I'll take this little sagoo here real quick to discuss percentage qualifiers. So a percentile qualifier on a book, like let's say, I'll use the one that I'm very familiar with. Champions number 1, Mark Brooks variant. So it had a 200% qualifier required off of Avengers number 9. The funny thing is, Champions number 2, action figure variant, and Divided We Stand variant also used percentage qualifier off of All New Different Avengers number 9. However, it was 175% instead of 200% for issue number 1's Mark Brooks variant. So a new store, a new Diamond account could have ordered that stuff right away. They wouldn't have had to hit any of the qualifiers. So there's a lot of that going on out there, but they don't even do those anymore. So it just has that wonderful section of variants that you guys know that I specialize in, that I basically dropped a bomb of them on Drunken Chat. So you guys need to be watching Drunken Chat if you really want to catch up on some more of those. But anyway, the future states of second print are going to be the winners down the line. In certain books, I do agree with you there, Mr. Hurd. And if Crook likes them, they'll be worth a lot. That's hilarious. Well, I won't be shocked if Future State Teen Titans number 1 second print goes crazy next week. Neither do I, and number 2 is already starting to show signs of that. But anyway, guys, let's get back into this. I got a bunch more books to share with you here today. And there's the good stuff, so we're getting into the big stuff now. IDW Publishing. And IDW dropping today. We had Canto 2, The Hollow Men number 5. And then, of course, all you rarity chasers still picking up these 1 in 10 incentives. And of course, you guys know my history with IDW, specifically with Transformers. The incentives can get a little hairy to chase at sometimes. Chained to the Grave number 1, cover A. And then here's your cover B, which is basically your 1 in 10 incentive. Now these are very, very surprising. Marvel Action Chillers number 4. And these books are basically, they're Riri. So, I mean, all these Marvel action books are Marvel related, but I don't see a lot of aftermarket on them just because I don't think people know about them. Like, they're really good stories too. And even the LCS is like, they don't ever advertise them. If they advertise these things, they'd sell. And then Marvel Action Origins number 1 has 2 different covers, cover A and cover B, and then has a shared cover between Spider-Man and Thanos that apparently covers their origins. Sea of Sorrows number 3 of 5, and then you got a 10 copy incentive cover. Snake Eyes Dead Game number 4. There's your cover A Liefeld, your cover B Liefeld. Oh, and look, there's your 10 copy incentive variant by Liefeld. Star Wars Adventures number 3, your cover A by Francavilla. Your cover B by Tinto. And your 10 copy incentive by Francavilla. And actually love this is this is a different cover than the A cover. So they're doing themselves a major service there. Now this book right here would have been the runner-up, but I couldn't decide. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 1. And then there's your 10 copy incentive variant with Yoda. Jenica 2, your cover A, and then your 10 copy incentive variant. The Last Ronin number 1. Look, we got a 3rd print. Where is number 2? That's all I've been wondering. Where the hell is number 2 at? We already got 3rd print of number 1. We don't need this. We need number 2. Anyway. Did we get number 2 and I just missed it? Am I that dumb? No? Okay. Transformers Beast Wars. Here's your cover A by Josh Burcham. Here's your cover B. And this is very misleading because your 1 in 10 incentive actually is a Virgin variant. I picked this one up today. And then here's your 1 in 25. Your Nick Brokenshire incentive Optimus Primal variant. Hey, I was talking about the issue 2. Issue 2 came out? 2 did come out? Did I miss issue 2? Yeah, I knew the second print came out months ago. But anyway. Yeah, so for everybody who picked up this Beast Wars today, the RIB, is the trade dress on the back? So, anyway. I don't know, because the trade dress is on the back of the 1 in 10. I thought the 1 in 10 was better. Oh, let's see. Deep Beyond, number 1, cover A. All good, man. All good. This one right here, a new book, of course, being released by Image, and then a cover B by Mirka and Dolfo. And then your cover C by Peach Momoko, and your cover D Momoko Virgin cover. And then your cover E Momoko Black and White Virgin cover. And then your cover F. Your cover G, which is your blank. Firepower, number 8. And then Graphic Fantasy Facsimile Edition. So we've got the dragon. I guess that's what these are. These are the McFarlane variant, though, for this one is interesting. Wonder how that will do. Ascender number 1. Bitterroot number 1. Die. Philadelphia. Mercy. Old Guard. Undiscovered Country. And what's good about all those Image First is all of those will be $1, I believe. I believe they're $1. Yep, $1. So get yourself some good first. For $1 investment, there's sometimes those things flip for 10, and that's a really good return on your money if $1 is your buy-in. But anyway, Inkblot number 6, Tartarus number 9, cover A, and then here's your cover B. And then your Walking Dead, your deluxe number 8, cover A by Finch. Your cover B. And your cover C. All right, we made it through Image. All right. Marvel offers us an Amazing Spider-Man number 101 Facsimile Edition for the first appearance of Morbius. This hit today, and my gosh, was this ever ridiculed with lots of printer issues, like lots of ink rub on the covers and lots of inability for me to purchase a copy. I looked at the incentive variant for $89 on the shelf, though, and I left it there. But it might still be there, or somebody might have picked it up. Who knows? But yeah, I think the incentive looks good, but it didn't look $90 good to me. Very, very interesting book here. We'll talk about it later. There's your Alex Ross Timeless variant. I picked up 2 of these today. I love this variant, and there's not very many Blade variants out there, so Avengers number 42, Weaver Connecting variant, and then you had a Garen Design variant, and Phoenix American Eagle. I thought it was a Conan, but it wasn't. That's not Conan. That's very bad of me for thinking that. Anyway, Avengers number 42, Alex Ross. 1 in 100. So, big deal if there's a lot of stuff going on in this book and there being a 1 in 100, right? Avengers Mech Strike number 1. And then we had a bunch of variants for this one too. There's your Sing variant and then your Sue variant. And it's basically like everybody gets a mech. So, like, did Armor Wars happen in the books again? Anyway, for those Inception type loving covers, this one hits. Immortal Hulk number 43. We're going to talk about this one too. 3 covers. So, King in Black Black Knight number 1. King in Black Black Knight number 1 variant. King in Black Black Knight number 1 Sue variant. And then the hidden gem is, Gwenom versus Carnage number 2. Cover A. There's your cover B. And there's your 1 in 10 Flavio Design variant, which unfortunately was damaged at my LCS, so I didn't get one. King in Black Marauders number 1. And then they had a variant. Return of the Valkyries. There's your Noto variant. Legend of Shang-Chi number 1. Ron Lim variant. Runaways number 33. Star Wars number 11. Action figure variant. Sprouse Empire Strikes Back variant. Star Wars 11 Mora variant. High Republic number 2. There's your cover A. And there's your cover B. And your cover B, of course, was doing some insane things, selling out the gate. Before release day, actually. But Strange Academy number 8 still delivering with awesome covers. But, of course, I am picking up these. I don't know, like Art Adams. Strange Academy number 8. The Mardi Gras variant. Venom number 33. Stegman variant. Stegman sketch variant. And then a 1 in 50 David Finch. Warhammer 40K. Marnius Caligar, number 4 of 5. Warhammer 40K, Lost variant. And then your X Factor number 7. Woo! All right, everybody. We made it through. We made it through. You guys have stuck with me for the first 31 minutes of this broadcast, and I appreciate you all checking me out live. Don't forget to hit that like button just a little bit beneath this little thing right here. Wherever this video is playing, there's a like button. If you can tap that for me, make sure you are sharing this video and telling people the best review of comic book release day is right here on Flipside channel, hosted by Ultra Maximus on a show called the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. And if you do that, you're going to like what I got in the future, because I want to give away more books. I want you all to come here and enjoy the information. But let's talk about some things here real quick, because I saw you guys lighten up the chat. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, man. I got an article about that one stuff. But, yeah, so... All right, so you guys are all on some other stuff out there, but let's talk about this in other news. So, the Justice League Snyder Cut, you know what, I don't need to go full screen on this one. The Justice League Snyder Cut has been rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America. What does this mean? It means that we're going to get this league movie wanted. It needs to be that way. It needs to be that way to be able to compete with big things such as Deadpool. I mean, Deadpool's rated R. What does DC think they were going to do? You know, especially trying to beat Marvel at their own game, they're going to have to come hard, and the only way to do it, I agree, is to do it with an R rating. Now, another thing, maybe some speculation you guys might be able to dig out of this one, because the Suicide Squad plot synopsis confirms Corto Maltese setting. I don't know what you take from that, but here's the hot topic. Immortal artist accused of anti-Semitic imagery in issue number 43. It looks like Marvel is now going to be recalling the book. So get ready, okay? Just get ready. Yeah, it wasn't really supposed to be, I don't think, anti-Semitic, but it's like a letter was missing from a backwards glass, and the was misdrawn. So look, as somebody of German who was accused of being a Nazi his whole life growing up, and obviously I'm not, I understand these things. So it sucks that we have to live in a world where people can't just get along. Like, doesn't matter what you inhabit, there's a soul inside there, and that is what I care about. How you act, how you treat other people is more important to me. So I hope other people can get a lesson from this one, and let's just ignore it. Let's not pay any money for the recalled issue, and let's just do everything we can to just, you know, address it and move on. But anyway, let's get to some better news. The entire cast for Robert Kirkman's Invincible, the cast and character guide, is up. So you guys, if you wanted to know a little bit more about who's in it, you should go over and check that out. And then this was just announced. Fantastic Four Life Story. So what does that mean? That means some retconning is going to be coming into play. And as good as the Spider-Man life story was, the multiple printings that it went, I anticipate the same thing with Fantastic Four. But with them also anticipating a Fantastic Four movie coming up here in the future, do these retcons have any real long-term effects? That will be what we were going to find out. But, you know, Good stuff there, right? Good stuff, right? You guys like the good stuff? Next up, Wanda Vision. Wow. All right, so 3 episodes in, we got nothing. I mean, we got a couple of teasers, really, but episode 4 delivered, didn't it? We finally got to see a little bit of what's going on in the world and just kind of understanding what's going on in the MCU. We get to see Monica Rambeau, reassemble. She was snapped, and we find out that she was snapped. So there's a lot of good things that I think are coming about in the next couple of issues. So you guys want to buckle up and get ready. But man, this issue, The Ringer reported the episode 4 recap, finally some answers. And yeah, I kind of have to agree with them. With them reporting that we finally got some answers, we do see a lot of clarification on some of the things that we saw previously. So I'm happy about it. I think it's going places, and there's just some really cool things, man. Just Monica, we're all waiting for you to transform into Spectrum. So if you can go ahead and just do that sooner than later, I would appreciate it. And I'm sure everybody holding a Mighty Avengers #1 right now would really appreciate it too. And for all you guys who bought that Avengers Unplugged, I want to point out her mom was Photon. I don't think she's going to be Photon at all. I think that name's off the board. I think Spectrum is who she's going to be. So, but anyway, I may be wrong. Maybe she takes the name Photon because it was her mom's. We will see. Okay, so I look forward to seeing that one come up. So you know what, guys? I know why you like to watch Flipside channel. Maybe it's something to do a little bit of something to get read. Spoilers ahead, everybody. Spoilers ahead. So, in this book today, we're dealing with the Avengers finding out a lot of weird things. But for one, the Phoenix and Thor, he says basically he has enough of this. So, the Phoenix goes, I have no wish to fight here today, God of Thunder, you least of all. It's time you knew the truth of your own existence. The secret your father Odin has hidden from you for centuries. I've come to tell you everything, my son. What? Did she just say my son? As in Thor is the son of the Phoenix? Okay, what? Wait, what? Yeah, that's exactly what it said. Okay, so let's talk about this here for a second. So, with this retcon, Freya was always, supposedly his stepmother, and Thor's mother was, I thought, Mother Earth. But turns out Thor's mom is the Phoenix. So, the Phoenix from Avengers 39 and Marvel Legacy is Thor's mama. There you have it. We'll see, or at least maybe she possessed the spirit of Freya. I don't know. Maybe Freya was the original one. But if you guys are specking on this kind of stuff, you're looking towards Thor #5, which this cover right here just is awesome in itself. And then, of course, the Thor #6s. Now, Thor #6 is a regular cover, has a Battle Lines cover, and then it also has the Marvel Knights 20, and then it has a 1 in 200 variant. All right. There's a little bit of that. Venom. This was awesome. All right, now I really enjoyed this read today because of a couple of things. First off and foremost, is this the first appearance of the God Hive? Is this the first time that we actually see the whole God Hive? Well, I don't know, but this is the first time that Eddie's seeing it. So this right here is just, exceptional world building on the part of Donny Cates. I got to say that just because he did a really good job of this. So we have Rex, we have Flash Thompson, and we have Eddie Brock emerge into the Hive. Flash Thompson takes it upon himself to go and do this mission because it was the mission that Rex hired him for, but of course he got himself killed. So he wasn't around to have, to do the job that Eddie, stepped in to do. So now he's like, Eddie, it's my turn. Let me do this. So, Man of Action jumps into it. And it's so good seeing Agent Anti-Venom again. But So basically what happens is he gets in there and then they absorb his codex. But what happens is he becomes the anti-Venom dragon. So I'm wondering, are we going to be able to see Flash Thompson again? Is Flash Thompson coming back as the agent anti-Venom? But of course, this right here was pretty wild because Rex, unfortunately, isn't Rex anymore. He got turned back into Null. So there's Null. And why does this, feel the same? Because is Eddie Brock going to be falling for another 3 issues again? I'm going to be very upset if that's the case. But you know what? Again, the God Hive. This is where it all takes place. So this is where Eddie's going to take over. So somehow, some way, Eddie takes over this and becomes the King in Black. But again, this issue is important for the return of Flash Thompson. I know he returned in the previous issue or whatever, just showing up in the Codex, but they emerge from the Codex and then, of course, turns into a dragon. I think this is big news. So look, Flash Thompson as the Agent Venom is not new news, but Flash Thompson as Agent Anti-Venom might have been missed just a little bit. So inside of Venom Incorporated, in one panel, he gets the Agent Anti-Venom suit. But then in Amazing Spider-Man number 792, that is where we actually have an Alex Ross cover, first off. And then, of course, it's his first full as Agent Anti-Venom. So keep that in mind if you're out there specking on that one. I don't know if you are specking on it. And then this issue, now, I know some people didn't really like the art. You know what? There's a lot of people who don't like a lot of the art in a lot of comic books. But you know what? I didn't think it was that bad for the scenario we are in. And the very exaggerated drawing of Mary Jane being manipulated by Carnage is exactly what we needed. But this issue just starts off right where they left off issue 1. So issue number 1 is her Hulk 180, where she's, last panel as Carnage. And this one, she flat out says, "I am Carnage." So call it what you will. I think this one's more of a first full appearance. I know there's going to be a lot of people trying to push for different books to suit their needs, but right there, that panel right there, see that? It says Carnage. But, so they sit here and they go fighting back and forth an awful lot, but Carnage goes, "No one wants to meet you." Meet. She misspelled it first. So this right here is a little bit wild because she's got wings. I think that's kind of new, but that's definitely kind of wild looking. So Gwen meets Null. And he's like, "You're mine." And she's like, "No, I'm actually not yours." She gets back out and she's trying to explain to MJ what's going on. It's a monster, MJ. It's eating you alive. I feel it every day, but my powers hold it off. I'm resistant to it. But you're not Carnage, MJ, please. And she's like, "Oh, well, then I don't have much time. Got people to kill." And she literally is being possessed by Carnage, and the guitar is definitely an axe. It's a little wild. And then my last read of the day, I didn't get to read very much today because I was doing too much other prep work and reorganizing the collection. This was fantastic. I don't want to show you what happens before all this, but I will show you the last couple pages just because the Frost Giant lives, the Giant's daughter lives, but he has proof that he's seen her. 3-issue miniseries. I highly recommend it. Conan Uncensored, known as the Sumerian, and of course, look at this. It's the Lazarus Project, everybody. I'm sorry, actually, that's not Wolverine. Really good stuff. So, you guys like the Spec Matrix, I hear? Every now and then I drop a little bit of spec knowledge, and you guys want to see what's in the noggin. So, I saved the best for last. And I'm going to close out this podcast with a couple of good tidbits here this evening, hopefully. Hopefully you enjoy what I've got, because what I think I'm bringing is basically, Ultra Maximus is bringing the Spec Matrix. And who's Ultra Maximus, you ask? It's this guy hosting the show tonight that you were just looking at a second ago. But this is where you can find him. You can find him on Facebook and IG at U1TRA Maximus. Please be sure to give me a like and a follow. And then, of course, I want to give a shout-out to the Spine Ticks crew for pushing me over 300 subs. I am at like 327-ish. We got to push this up to a G, everybody. 1,000 subs, or Mel said he's not going to give away another Drunken Box over on Drunken Chat. So that is where, of course, I do the Raw Report. And then, of course, Mighty Mel V is where I do a Spec Matrix at 12:30 a.m. Saturday mornings. Be sure to like and subscribe to all of those. But you guys know what? This is the Speculation Matrix. So the Speculation Matrix that I'm going to show you guys right here. Oh, and let me answer this question real quick. They're actually in the 616. Null did not... I don't know if he invaded the other universe or not. I think he was invading the other universe, and that's when she was leaving. But let's we'll see. But no, they're actually in the 616 having that battle. But everybody ready for this? So I do this thing called the secret variant, and I do that on my channel. And the reason why I do that on my channel is because it's low key. But on FOC this past Monday, there's a couple of books that you probably are going to want to know about, just in case the speculation potential might be there. For one, you have an opportunity to get a signed copy, because all of these Berserker number zeros, Berserker number 1, 1000s, are going to be signed by Keanu Reeves. So you can set up your facilitator, and CGC is waiting to accept these books, so you guys will be able to get a nice yellow label on them. Definitely reach out to your retailer about this one. It just passed FOC and there's a program in place. But this is probably going to be a pretty big book. So, also on FOC, and just... I can't believe DC did this to themselves. So DC shot themselves in the foot because they could have had this as a 1 in 25 incentive, which would have totally boosted orders. Instead, it's open order. They're not going to sell more books because it's open order, I promise you. But this wraparound for Batman 106 is definitely going to be one that I'll be looking for. And this was just nuts. Matina from Swamp Thing. Just amazing looking cover. And then, I got to say, this is now 3 in a row. 15, 16, and now issue 17 over on Usagi Yojimbo, where the retail incentive variants are just absolutely smashing it. So, amazing stuff there. Let's see what else. And Department of Truth. I thought cover A just looked amazing. This series is, of course, hitting. Oh, I mean, do I have to explain myself on this one? I don't think I have to explain myself to this one. I think that's 3 C's, y'all. 3 C's. Anyway, Rain Like Hammers, second print. This is interesting. So these Spawn books, either you have a store that's ordering a ton of Spawn or you don't. So these 1 in 50s are definitely going to be long-term chasers for a lot of people. So if you missed the FOC ability to order, make sure you are ordering it. And, coming hot off all the news for, and this is the reason why I didn't have it in other news, because I was going to talk about it here. In other news, Wakanda Project, or a World of Wakanda-based project over at Disney Plus has been in the talks. Do you guys know Black Panther took an 11-month hiatus? So, I get a lot of people like to speculate on books going up in value whenever a TV or an outside project is on it. Do you guys know I speculate on books that come out for other books? A little weird, huh? Like, I speculate on comics. I speculate comics with other comics. So, if you are the speculating type, and you do recall, Killmonger got himself a little symbiote back in issue 2. Issue 2 has a second print variant as well as a 1 in 25 incentive. The 1 in 25 incentive for issue 2 is way out there already. That second print is hovering right around $30. So you guys, we'll see what's going to happen with this. But here we have the Tedesco variant, which does have a symbiote Killmonger back in the game. So I'm excited to see where they go with this one. And then, of course, Magnificent Ms. Marvel is rolling up on her final issue of her series. And then these Marvel voices. So these Marvel voices that showed up, Fuego. So, this one right here, the Miles, it looks good. But you know what? Spectrum, Photon, whichever one she is. She doesn't have a ton of variants out there. There's that Marcos Martin variant from Mighty Avengers number 2, 1 in 50. That's basically her first variant as this character. But there's not too many of them out there. So if you're on the hunt for Monica Rambeau variant covers, well, here you go. And I think these Marvel Voices variants are going to do well. So we'll see what else we got here. Oh, 1 in 50, David Finch. All right, everybody. So at this time, I would like to say the picks from today. So you didn't think I was going to leave you hanging with just FOC stuff. I'm going to pick some books from the releases today. See if you guys like what I got. Well, I mean, not necessarily what I got. I didn't pick up all of these, but let's just betting man. These would be the books I'd be betting. But of the books that were today, Venom number 33, Finch, obviously being a 1 in 50 is a good flip if you can get it, mixed in with the other ones, way below ratio. Canto 2 Hollow Men, of course, these Canto 2 books, even the first volume, I think they're going to do a third one. All the retail incentives, again, they're the lowest, they're the rarest of that one. I do think the Marvel Action Chillers, potentially being a re story, probably got some legs. Once Armor Wars hits, if there's any kind of fan base that's going to be looking for these books, that'll probably be really well. And this just hit. I mean, I know it's cartoonish looking Thanos, but to me, this was a hit. I thought it was a really good looking cover. I thought this one was a really good looking cover too, being a 1 in 10, being the artwork is different than the cover A. Star Wars High Republic Adventures. I mean, Star Wars right now is probably the biggest book in comics. The 1 in 10 variant. And then, of course, this being a 1 in 50. Again, a good flip. If you can get it for ratio and get it listed, it's probably a good flip. And I'm again, this is more of a long-term spec play for me because I see a lack of good Blade variants in the market. So this right here is one of them. And I want to give a shout out to Big Leg for the Dave Wilkins inspiration for the Blade versus Wolverine Dave Wilkins second print. There's a good one right there too. Like I said, I've been trying to track some Blade variants and there's just not a ton of them out there. So but that one was hitting today. If you were able to locate the Black Knight Hidden Gem variant and you were able to scoop it, that can quite possibly be a very good flip for you today. That right there, again, because it is the first full appearance of her as Carnage, it's probably going to have some legs on all three covers. So I'm watching the aftermarket to see what it does. Now, because there's a couple of store variants out there too that might affect that as far as long term, but we'll see because some of the store variants are hitting. Star Wars number 11, the retail incentives on Star Wars seem to be a buy, put in a box, wait a year, maybe 2, and then sell it, and you basically get a good return on your profit or a good return on your investment just from holding them. So Star Wars High Republic number 2. I flipped through it today. It was a pretty decent read, I thought, but I generally don't like to read the first 3 issues of a series until I get like issues 4 and 5 in hand, and then I like to read through them all because it really does tend to give me a little bit better of a read that way. Frisian just killing it on this one. And anything Lara Flor, DC is long-term spec, everybody. There's going to be a few flashes in the pan that you hit with DC, like Robin King. But Red X coming up next week. I'm definitely looking forward to the presser next week. And so should you. So make sure you tell your friends about the presser. Make sure they're subscribed to Flipside to be able to catch that next episode. And then in Future State, Harley Quinn number 1. All of these second prints. I think I put all the second prints on here just because I see the potential. So the deal is that the first prints of Future State were all returnable. These aren't. So there's your presser, everybody. So I do want to thank you all for tuning in, and especially you guys tuning in live and watching live, for all you guys participating in the chat. I appreciate it. To our contest winner, Congratulations. You, again, just got to reach out to me via... my phone was blowing up, so I don't know if you reached out to me already or what, but you're in. And, wow. Another presser in the books, everybody. Kept it about an hour like I like it. And let me just check on the chat to see what's going on here. And yes, Miss Marvel does end with issue 18, but that probably doesn't mean she's going to be gone. It just means that they're going to probably reboot her with a different series. So the Star Wars Adventures retail incentive cover for issue number 3 is not black and white of the cover A this time. They actually changed the artwork. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's different. Isn't it cool? It's cool when they switch stuff up on that. So if your shop does ratios at good prices, you could have made out like a bandit today. Star Wars Spidey Venom 33. Yeah, and you know, that's it. See, I've got 2 different LCSs. So the one LCS I used to work at, their prices are definitely eBay. The other LCS, they kind of like have a set thing, but you know, of course, if a book is stupid hot, they got, you know, I can't fault them for it. But when you guys got a good relationship with your LCS, if you do have a good relationship with your LCS, you know, a little bit of negotiation never hurt anybody. And of course, sometimes I like to negotiate on my incentive variants, but I get a good discount. And I try to pre-order, but of course, I'm definitely that guy who preaches pre-orders and doesn't do it a whole lot because I'm catered to. But guys, I do want to give a couple of massive thanks and shout outs to Mr. Hurd. Thank you, sir, for the wonderful Ultra Maximus graphics, and a couple of the slides that I'm up here using here this evening are brought to you in part by Mr. Hurd. So thank you again for the comments and saying it's a great show this evening. Make sure to tell your friends about it, and we will see you guys next time on the presser. So with that said, I do want to give a massive shout out to everybody on the Flipside channel. So these are your choices. You got a ton of them to watch. Make sure you are tuning in to check everybody out. And of course, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.